I would not say it's the biggest humiliation by Donald Trump. We should not have even asked for a invitation. We should not have sent our foreign minister to go and canvass for it. And that is what has sort of made the thing very murky. People are shocked that you care so much that you are willing to send your own foreign minister to canvass for you, and many others who try to speak up for you. Where I would say is this, not Donald Trump who has done you harm. It is your craze to be invited, if not by this door, then by another door, if not by being nice to somebody, but instead crawling before them or sending emissaries. These are the aspects which have hurt, not Donald Trump. They made him look much bigger than before. In the United States also. And of course, India-hating countries are thrilled with it. There are so many reports about how Narendra Modi has been humiliated. When he has not been humiliated, it is Modi who has overdone his desire to be invited that has caused the problem. He will definitely have invited you. If he doesn't want you, and therefore that is because he has some grievance against you, then let it go. Maybe he will later on cool down and come. Maybe the Americans will be in a crisis when they will need India. That's the time Modi should come. Modi's desire to be in the picture, to be seen and laughing away, embracing the American president, these kinds of all this natak, you see, it has brought a very bad taste in the mouths of anybody who knows international affairs. No, Trump who made this statement that I've learned that Modi is coming to the United States, he's a friend of mine, I'm going to see him. And Modi could have kept quiet, but he did not. He made a statement saying, no, I will not be meeting him. Maybe under pressure from Biden, but then it is bad politics.
No, but are you saying, Swamy, are you saying that just because Modi did not give too much of attention to Donald Trump, Trump is now trying to get vindictive with Prime Minister Modi because of that?
It is not too much attention. It is the insult. That these are small things that, it's somebody is like a monkey wanting some banana or something like that. See, for a small thing, he is making it into an issue, sending the foreign minister there. And then foreign minister is another chimpanzee, in my opinion. And so it all looks as if we are a people of 1.4 or 1.5 billion people, and all we are concerned is a smile from the Americans.
Hello and a warm welcome to HW News Network, your one-stop show, truth be told, for some engaging and thought-provoking conversations. As we speak, Donald Trump is being sworn in as the 47th President of United States of America. There's a lot of buzz about the razzmatazz around the swearing-in ceremony. There are questions as to how Donald Trump 2.0 tenure will be like. But in India, what is the debate? What is the talking point? Why was Prime Minister Narendra Modi not personally invited by Donald Trump? And if you talk about the corporates, it's Mukesh Ambani and Neeta Ambani who've secured a seat at the high table of the swearing-in ceremony. What does this mean for India? What does it really mean for Modi? Does this insult make Prime Minister Modi look petty, look timid, and look weak? Joining me now is Dr. Subramanian Swamy, senior BJP leader and someone who's been a vocal critic of Modi's foreign policy as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Swamy, for joining on HW News. It's always a pleasure having you on the program. But Modi not going for the swearing in, do you think that this is the biggest humiliation of Prime Minister Modi at the hands of Donald Trump?
I would not say it's the biggest humiliation by Donald Trump. We should not have even asked for a invitation. We should not have sent our foreign minister to go and canvass for it. And that is what has sort of made the thing very murky. People are shocked that you care so much that you are willing to send your own foreign minister to canvass for you, and many others who try to speak up for you. I know some others who have of Indians who have some standing in America, who have tried to speak to Donald Trump, but this desire to be there, I don't understand why. This little Xi Jinping was much more dignified. He said, "I'll send my foreign minister, but you will, but I cannot come. I have, commitments which I can't discharge without staying here." So, where I would say is this: not Donald Trump who has done you harm. It is your craze to be invited, if not by this door, then by another door, if not by being nice to somebody, but instead crawling before them or sending emissaries. These are the aspects which have hurt not Donald Trump. They made him look much bigger than before in the United States also. And of course, India-hating countries are thrilled with it. There are so many reports about how Narendra Modi has been humiliated. When he has not been humiliated, it is Modi who has overdone his desire to be invited that has caused the problem.
So you were saying that it was Prime Minister Modi who was so desperate, he tried it by hook or crook to get the invite, but he did not get it.
That's right. Absolutely. And it's not that Donald Trump was not cognizant of people who have been nice to him to be invited. I have an organization called Virat Hindustan Sangam, and we have a branch in North America. And the leader of that is he's a person, ordinary person. But when long years ago, Donald Trump came to Canada, he took him around and was nice to him. And Donald Trump never forgot. And he got a handwritten invitation. And he's there just now with his entire family. And so if Donald Trump wants you, he will definitely have invited you. If he doesn't want you, and therefore that is because he has some grievance against you, then let it go. Maybe he'll later on cool down and come. Maybe the Americans will be in a crisis when they will need India. That's the time Modi should have done. But Modi's desire to be in the picture and be seen and laughing away, embracing the American president, these kinds of all this natak, you see, it has brought a very bad taste in the mouths of anybody who knows international affairs.
But Dr. Swamy, he did all of this. He went to the extent of saying "Ab ki baar Trump Sarkar." He made no bones about the fact that he has a very, very strong bond with Donald Trump, and it's the same Donald Trump who has shown Prime Minister Modi his position today.
Well, he didn't show it first. It was Modi who, when was told that it came out in the media that he was going to United Nations, and he would probably stop over in Washington and meet Biden, then go on from there to New York, and therefore the this was contradicted. There was no need to contradict it. Modi said, "No, I'm sorry, I'm not in a position to go anywhere else except see Biden and then go to the UN." Then it was Trump who made this statement that I learned that Modi is coming to the United States. He's a friend of mine. I'm going to see him. And Modi could have kept quiet, but he did not. He made a statement saying, "No, I will not be meeting him." Maybe under pressure from Biden, but then it is bad politics.
No, but are you saying, Swamy,
Yeah.
are you saying that just because Modi did not give too much of attention to Donald Trump, Trump is now trying to get vindictive with Prime Minister Modi because of that?
It is not too much attention. It is the insult. Somebody says, "I'm going to meet my friend Modi." And Modi says, "No, I'm not going to meet him." He doesn't say, "No, I'm going to call him up and say, listen, in this visit, I can't meet you. I got too many engagements. I have to rush back to India." If he had said it that way, been over. But Modi says, "No, I'm not going to meet him." When it came out that he's likely to meet him after our now President of the United States to be in a few hours, he says this, and you contradict him and say, "No, I'm not going to meet him." To please whom? So that is the issue. I would, in this case, not blame Biden. Our president, the president to be in the United States, and he has a self-respect, and he has maintained his self-respect. It was Modi who misbehaved as far as self-respect and protocol is concerned.
But after this insult, which has been heaped on Modi, just because he heaped insult on Donald Trump, does this make Modi now look very weak, look very timid?
Yes, it makes him look petty. That these are small things that it's somebody is like a monkey wanting some banana or something like that. You see, for a small thing, he is making it into an issue, sending the foreign minister there, and that foreign minister is another chimpanzee, in my opinion. And so it all looks as if we are a people of 1.4 or 1.5 billion people, and all we are concerned is a smile from the Americans. You see, there was a time when Mao Zedong had smiled, and there was big furor in India. "Oh, Mao Zedong has smiled on us," after all the 1962 bashing we got. So I think there is some psychological problem for us when it comes to foreigners. We tend to sort of go out of the way as if we are doing a big thing. It wouldn't have mattered to me at all if Mr. Modi had met any of the foreign leaders, provided you maintain the country's integrity. You have lost so many acres of land to the Chinese who just walked in and take over, and then Jaishankar goes and then signs the bill by an agreement by which this whole thing has gone out of our hands. So I'm more worried about that. This is what happened. Mera abru chale gaya. Those days are gone when you can think talk in terms of abru.
But do you think that there could be a way by which Prime Minister Modi can amend his relationship with Donald Trump? He does realize the decline in the friendship, what he claimed, that we are very good friends. But now the kind of decadence which we are seeing in this friendship, do you think that there is a possibility of Modi amending it? And if at all, then how is he going to amend it?
He will not be able to amend it with our new President of the United States, because that man's character has 10 times a bigger ego than anybody else has. So therefore, I'm saying that we are in a situation where the best thing is just to forget about it, forget about America, forget, do all internal things, and to if you want to make the Americans occasionally happy, throw the Chinese out of Ladakh in some places, go to war with them. Yeah, these are the ways in which the Americans would respond. They are very practical people. They are not emotional people. It's a give and take people. So I don't think that Modi can do anything by just appealing to them. I was sorry. This is not a question of a marriage being re-put together. There's no emotions in this. This is national interest.
Absolutely. No, but do you think that Modi should resent or, regret or maybe some kind of a protest he should express to Donald Trump, or would he not have the gumption to do all this?
If we do that, India's status will come down and crash. Or to be, what is there to say? What is there to say? Sorry. I mean, whatever. In one sense, I am not a defender of Modi, but I am a defender of India. I'm saying, why should he let the Indian prestige go down? What has he done? He wanted to go and congratulate the new president, but the new president was in no mood. So all right, take it, no problem.
Or I'm sure after the oath taking, he's going to send the usual. He'll put out a tweet. Then there'll be a congratulatory call. Like when he won, when Donald Trump had won the election, Modi. It was put out in the media that Modi was the first three leaders. Modi was one of the first three leaders who actually called up Donald Trump and congratulated. And Modi media made a big issue out of it. That look, Modi, how close the friendship is, and he's called, and he's the third leader who's called Donald Trump. And so, what happens now as far as the relationship between India and America is concerned?
We should not at all. After this, there's nothing to say. Just keep quiet. Don't be some kind of a dancing girl in some mohalla, you see, that you are all the time and you want to please somebody else. Why should I please him? He has whatever he has done, whatever justification there may be for what he did. But the fact is that in public, he has humiliated you. And by humiliating the Prime Minister, humiliating India. And therefore, I would say, just forget about America. What is there? There are so many things in India.
It's quite practical. You are saying that just forget America, don't talk about it, let's keep silent. But can Modi afford to do it? What is he going to do after the swearing in? I'm sure the first thing is that he will put out a tweet. He will probably try and make a call. What will happen then? I mean, will it not be tantamount to falling on Donald Trump's feet despite all the humiliation?
Who will put out the tweets? Modi.
Yes.
If he does that, I think the RSS at least should tell him, now get down. Because this is exactly what we despise in the Rajas during the Mughal period. We don't want to bend before anybody. You just say, it's okay, it's over. If you still want to, fine. If you don't want us as a friend, we are such a big country. Oh, we are 1.5 billion people, and some of the most intelligent people. Look at the number of Indians who are now as part of his team in the United States. So I would just say, forget it. But I know Modi's psychology. He is a bully. And if you're weak, he will step on you. If you are strong, he will come and prostrate before you. So what you're saying is likely to happen, but I would think that would be a damn bad thing for the country.
So you are saying that if Modi puts out that tweet of congratulating Donald Trump, nothing worse could be than this.
That's right. It would be a massive insult to the Indian people's self-respect.
Dr. Swamy, I also want to ask you about the fact that there is Adani's indictment in the US has happened. Forget about Adani. He wouldn't have the courage to, even dream or aspire to attend Donald Trump's swearing in. But what happens? What are the kind of equations which will change because of Mukesh Ambani and Neeta Ambani in attendance at the swearing in of Donald Trump?
No, no. See, the case of Mukesh Ambani, he has a background. He was a student in Stanford University. His whole, you know, what is what he does is he builds new assets, whereas Adani grabs all it, buys it, or if you want to call it, and then makes it his own. He has grown by snatching other things from other people. Whereas the monies have come up by, they may have done, they're taking care of the clerks and the ministers and all that by paying them enough. But the fact is that they have built assets, and that will stand in them in good, stand in the whole world. In fact, if Mukesh has any respect in America, it's basically this, that they are builders. And that is what we have to recognize, the difference between Adani and Ambani.
Now, do you think that Modi would have called up Mukesh Ambani and Neeta Ambani that look, try and bring in some kind of a rapprochement between Prime Minister Modi and Donald Trump? Would he use Ambani now for this? Would he use Ambani as a conduit, to convey things what he wants to Donald Trump?
I don't know, because I don't know whether he called him, not called him. But what I know from here and there, and my own occasional meetings with Dhirubhai Ambani and later his son Mukesh Ambani, these people, they have their own self-respect, and they will not act as an agent for anybody where they think that both sides have not asked us. Just Modi asking, they will not do. At least this is what I think, based on my assessment of their character.
Right. All right. So, but what happens to Adani now with Donald Trump on the seat of the president and with his 2.0 tenure now beginning? What does it entail for Adani? Because his trial will begin soon. What are we to expect? Because there were lots of speculations, that probably now Donald Trump will come back to power. Modi will try and wield his influence to save Adani. But what happens now? After what Modi has faced at the hands of Donald Trump, what are the prospects for Adani?
Well, I can give you alternatives, possible alternatives. The worst alternative is that Modi is also brought in as a factor in the fraud. There's some conversation that has taken place between Adani and Modi, and that is available in America. I know that because many people in America have told me about it. So if they bring in him, Modi has already got this murder charge against him pending in America, which has been suspended because he is holding the office of the Prime Minister. Tomorrow he ceases to be. The first thing the Americans will do is ask the Interpol to go and get him. So I would not think in these terms. I don't think that it is the job of Mr. Modi to try and save some industrialists who may be his very, very good friends on a matter in which they have been already declared as these are not just allegations now; they are part of the criminal proceedings. So therefore, just leave it. Let him. Adani is smart enough to know how to defend himself. If he has any stuff in him, he'll win. If he doesn't have, he'll go to jail, and the Americans will not at all hesitate in doing that.
But I'm sure China is having the last laugh at this point of time. Chinese president has deputed his own foreign minister to attend. But how do you think that the strategic equations will now change? Because obviously, as you said, that it has made Modi look petty. It has made Modi look weak. What does it mean when it comes to strategic partnerships now? Because America and India were supposed to be very close allies and dependable ones.
I don't think we were ever close allies or we were dependable. It was a thing that was developing with that Quad which came, which then, sorry to say, that Mr. Mr. Modi has completely ruined that opportunity. What I would say is that if the Chinese attacked India, they've already taken away all the land they want. But supposing they wanted to, say, make some part of India as a separate country and tell them that, listen, we'll come and help you through via Burma or something like that, then the Americans will not intervene. Why should they? They may make statements, no, this kind of thing should not be done, etc. But they will not come in. American interests have to be involved. Then they will come in. And what interests of America are we now defending? Take, for instance, this small country which the Russians are hammering every day. What is it called? That small place where they are valiantly fighting. So we are not saying anything about it. We are only saying, oh, no, we are. But our troops are going to Russia and they are going to that country. Why are we doing this? Why are you allowing this? I'm not saying we are doing it, but why are we allowing
it? Dying as well. In Ukraine, our soldiers are dying, and MEA has come on record on that.
Yeah, we have students in Ukraine. Many of them are affected or running away and coming back. So why are we taking a stand when we know that the aggression is by Russia? Because Russia has crossed the line. The Ukrainians have not crossed the line. They are only defending themselves. So in these circumstances, we should have taken a stand in favor of the Ukrainians. And we did not. What will the world think? They'll think that these guys are, for a little oil from Russia or something, they can be bought for at any time. We have got such a bad name as people who will stand by anybody, you see. That is what I have to point out.
But Dr. Swamy, what about Trump's intention of dislodging Prime Minister Modi as well from the Prime Minister's seat? Maybe Trump is thinking of the government. Would that be also an intention?
Well, the Americans, you mean the Americans are unsettling our government, you're saying?
Yes, no, I'm saying Americans could be unsettling Prime Minister Modi now.
Well, they are past masters in it. They try to unsettle Indira Gandhi also. So, I mean, Americans, you see, they are not emotional people. They are emotional in personal matters, but they are not emotional in international matters. They feel that here's somebody who is now turned against us, or he is behaving in a manner which is bad for us. He had promised that he will have Quad and we'll develop in the Pacific Ocean, we'll develop a force against China. Instead of that, he has run away from that. In fact, he has surrendered to China. These are things which may motivate them. But I don't think that Americans will send troops anymore to any other place after their experience in Afghanistan and so many other places. But whether they will support India, at what cost? So they are not supporting you on Bangladesh, by the way, the Americans. They are totally with the Bangladeshis. Now, what more proof you want? The Americans look in their interests, their own interests say that Indians are not a reliable country. They are not a partner. We created Quad and they didn't even agree to more than 1 or 2 meetings. So this is the image that Modi has created, and with Modi in power, I don't think we can have good relations with the United States in the real sense.
Okay, so my last question to you, Dr. Swamy, is that now with this development where he's not attended Donald Trump's swearing in, where does it leave Modi as a brand? Where does it leave Modi as a prime minister? Where does it leave Modi as a politician in the world? Because he was aspiring to become a great statesman.
You can aspire, but you have to do things which you will be a statesman. Look at Churchill, how he became a statesman. He stood alone against Hitler. People said he had no chance. France is gone, Belgium is gone, Czechoslovakia is gone, that is gone. Hitler is running through. Only the Americans were left. At that time, this man stood up and he is remembered for all times to come. That fear he should show. If he had, supposing, cleaned up Kashmir, oh, big thing. Supposing we had driven the Chinese out of our country, that would have given him a huge thing. He's basically, according to me, from my analysis of Modi, he is afraid of losing what he has got. In the process, he will lose what he has got.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Swamy, for joining on HW News. It's always a pleasure having you on the program. Thank you, sir.
Stay ahead with our cutting edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.